Pepperidge Farm remembers when Donald Trump promised he would surround himself with the best people, with the smartest people. Fast forward to now, and it seems like yet another Trump promise forgotten. Because Donald Trump, especially within his second term, has actually surrounded himself with some of the most incompetent, ignorant people to ever walk planet Earth. And now, once again, Trump is panicking as a major MAGA insider was just brutally exposed by Congress. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avallone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, we're gonna get to how this major MAGA insider gets exposed in just a second, but first, you guys also remember when Trump was constantly complaining about Biden's mental decline? Well, here's a clip of Donald Trump appearing to walk into the wall.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, I know, it's short and it might even be a little bit petty, but you all know if this were Biden, Fox News would be running this little 7-second clip for a 24-hour news cycle. Donald Trump's mental deterioration seems to be apparent in other ways as well, as recently another attempt at enriching himself has failed.
That ruined building is preserved officially as a national heritage site, a protected monument in that country. And Donald Trump would like to tear that monument down and build a luxury hotel and apartment tower there. That site is no longer a protected national heritage site. The president said he got an opinion from a national heritage site expert, which said basically, meh, who cares about that site anyway? Go ahead, tear it down. And they said that expert opinion gave them the legal basis they needed to approve this big project for Donald Trump. This whole mess is all now falling apart. Kushner hotel project in Serbia hits snag. Alleged forgery. Forgery? What? A key document the Serbian government has relied on to deliver this deal was forged, said officials this week. The leader of the Serbian agency charged with protecting cultural monuments admitted to authorities that he had forged a document allowing the former Yugoslav Ministry of Defense headquarters in Belgrade to be demolished and replaced with the Trump Hotel. The official has served as acting director of the Institute for the Protection of Cultural Monuments since June. He now faces criminal charges of abuse of office and forgery of official documents. Darn that rule of law!
I'm still wondering why this is even a thing. Why does Trump care about building a hotel in Serbia? What happened to America first? Who am I kidding? Trump puts America last. He even puts Americans last, including our police force. We've been covering how some recent decisions from the Trump administration have been incredibly disrespectful to law enforcement, but recently Trump hosted an event to celebrate law enforcement. Let's just say it was obvious they all hated him. Take a look at this clip. It literally feels like a moment out of a sitcom. That is some cold energy. Wow. I also like how Donald Trump seemed really quite shocked that the woman was so unimpressed by him. But things are only getting worse for Donald Trump. That's right, the moment you've all been waiting for, as Donald Trump has been left panicking after a major MAGA insider was brutally exposed by Congress. Take a look at this brutal clip.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Secretary. Secretary Noem, the White House Deputy Chief of Staff recently said that the Trump administration is actively looking at suspending habeas corpus. Last week you were asked about this, and I want to clarify your position because it's obviously really important to get this right. So, Secretary Noem, what is habeas corpus?
Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country and suspend their right to...
Let me stop you, ma'am. Habeas corpus, excuse me, that's incorrect.
President Lincoln used it.
Excuse me. Habeas corpus is the legal principle that requires that the government provide a public reason for detaining and imprisoning people. If not for that protection, the government could simply arrest people, including American citizens, and hold them indefinitely for no reason. Habeas corpus is the foundational right that separates free societies like America from police states like North Korea. As a senator from the Live Free or Die state, this matters a lot to me and my constituents and to all Americans. So, Secretary Noem, do you support the core protection that habeas corpus provides, that the government must provide a public reason in order to detain and imprison someone?
Yeah, I support habeas corpus. I also recognize that the President of the United States has the authority under the Constitution to decide if it should be suspended or not.
It has never
Let
been,
us be clear, though,
it
that
has
this
never
president...
been done. It has never been done without approval of Congress. Even Abraham Lincoln got retroactive approval from Congress. So I have been asking executive branch nominees a simple question over the past few months. If the president orders them to break the law, I've been asking, will you follow the law or follow the order? I want to ask you a more specific question here. If the president tries to suspend habeas corpus and a federal court reverses the president's order, will you comply with the court order and uphold habeas corpus, or will you follow the president's directive?
We are following all federal court orders and are complying with that, as is the president, and every decision that I make as well.
That is obviously not true for anybody who reads the news. There are federal court orders right now, including returning somebody who was deported mistakenly. But to be clear, this is about a fundamental legal right that ensures that we live in a free society instead of a police state that would have a sham legal system like Russia or North Korea. So I'm glad that you have now committed to following court orders. I'm glad you believe in the basic freedom for Americans if ordered to do so by a court. And again, I want just to make clear that it is critically important that even if the president tries to suspend the right of people to know why they've been detained or imprisoned, if a federal court reverses that order, that you will follow that order, and I hope all members of the administration will.
This is just so incredibly embarrassing. I mean, these are not laymen. These are not just average U.S. citizens. These are the people running the most powerful government in the world. And they don't even understand what laws are. Kristi Noem, I'm pretty sure I've met garden gnomes smarter than you. And last but certainly not least, how on earth are conservatives even justifying this? On one hand, the Trump administration is boasting that illegal immigration is down because of them. But on the other hand, they're claiming they need to suspend habeas corpus because of an invasion? You can't eat your cake and have it too. And unfortunately, Donald Trump is trying to do just that. He's trying to surround himself with the smartest people at the same time that he's trying to surround himself with a bunch of yes men. And all it's doing is ending in disaster. America, I've said it before, I'll say it again, we can do so much better than Donald Trump.